Welcome in, boys. I'm going to be giving you 9 social skills that's going to make girls addicted to you. So I have done very well with girls over the last 3 years, but it was not always like this. In high school, I struggled massively to get a girl. I had my first kiss when I was 17. So you can see how I changed a lot in that time. And I'm going to give you 9 of the most important things that I've developed to do this. So if you're someone who's struggling with girls, you can't communicate effectively, you're shy, you're introverted, all these things that I'm going to tell you are going to supercharge your existence. I'm giving you the exact things that you need to do if you want to start being able to have success with girls. So let's dive straight into it with number 1, and that's going to be confidence. I know you've heard this before, so don't click off this video, but it is the most important thing that's changed my life, with girls especially too. So the thing that you're going to need to realize is that confidence is developed outside of that area. One of the things I did do to develop confidence was cold approaching, and that made me very confident in myself, and it broke down a lot of mental barriers that I had and self-limiting beliefs. But a lot of the confidence I developed was from doing disciplined acts day in and day out, but I don't want to dive too much into that. I want to tell you all the skills that you need to develop. You can check out my channel for other videos on confidence. Number 2 and number 3 are very closely related, but we're going to start with number 2, which is having good listening skills. So this is super important. If you can show a girl that you're listening and then you follow it up with an intelligently asked question relating exactly to what she said, but it wraps it up in a great way, bro, this girl's going to be on the hook. She's not going to want to leave this conversation at all. So effective listening and effective questioning is one of the most powerful things, and I learned this from sales. To give you an example, yesterday on a sales call, we're going to take this away from girls and to my sales call. I had a guy who was working construction, and when I asked him what he was doing, he was like, I work construction. And I followed up with, oh, bro, that's awesome. What's the latest project you've been working on? Right? So it took what he said, and I mirrored it, and I showed that I was listening to what he said, and I showed that I was interested. So it created curiosity. Now his day-to-day job, which is kind of probably mundane to him, became this interesting thing. And he's probably passionate about it to some degree. And he's like, oh, bro, I've been working on this, that, and he got excited about it. You're drawing out that passion in that person. That's one of the key things about effective listening and questioning, which takes us to number 3, which is effective communication. So being able to effectively communicate your ideas, your thoughts, and how you view the world is extremely important. So this is going to be through that questioning, that listening, all these things tied together. This is what makes you extremely charismatic. You see, you can have the prettiest face and the best body in the world, but if you can't be an effective communicator, you're still going to struggle. So that's why those are at the top of the list, because it's very important. That's what took me from that shy, introverted kid in high school to being someone who can do extremely well with girls. Number 4 is going to be boldness. So this is something I've noticed, being that I like to travel a lot. I do solo travel, and I like to go to clubs and meet girls in different countries, especially here in Sweden. I love doing that. I'm in Sweden right now. So I'll solo travel to a new city, I'll show up, and I'll just go talk to the prettiest girls that I see. That's how I roll. And one of the things I notice is that every single time, they're so surprised by how bold I am. They're like, what, you came out alone and you're coming up and talking to me? And they're very impressed, and they're like, it exudes confidence. So boldness, going after exactly what you want, is never going to hurt you. It's always going to increase your attraction level. And number 5 is going to be speaking less than necessary. So you do need to tell people things about yourself, but it's like you don't need to keep going on and on and on about it, especially not in a bragging way. For example, when people ask me what I do, sometimes I'll just say I'm a salesman or I have a business. The business question always rises more questions, and then I answer some of them, but I try and keep it vague. So sometimes I'll be like, I'm a salesman, and then they leave it at that, and it's like, well, there's not too much information on it. There's more to get developed in the future, that they can, more to reveal in the future. You leave it vague. You give them the answers to their questions and then turn it back to them. I'm a salesman. What are you up to? What are you doing, right? And then you keep it about them, and then you ask, like I was telling you earlier, those intelligent questions, right? Like based off of what they're doing. That keeps drawing more information out of them, and that's what's going to really allow them to feel like they connected with you. So number 6 is going to be self-assuredness. Not giving into peer pressure. So that's a huge one. If you don't give into peer pressure, if there's like, so I'm going out to meet girls. I'm not going out to like get super drunk or anything. So if there's some guys pressuring me to get drinks and I'm trying to chat with some girls, I'm like, no, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much, but I'm good. I'm just having a good conversation here. If you don't fall into peer pressure, that's gonna show your self-assuredness very well, and it's just one thing that's another tick on the box of just being super attractive. Do you think James Bond falls to peer pressure? No, he doesn't. If he wants a drink, he grabs a drink, but if he doesn't want to grab a drink, he's like, no, I'm good, thanks. Right? It's the same thing. It's just being, it's another level of confidence. Is not falling into peer pressure, being very confident in yourself. Now, 7, now we get to a little bit more advanced things, just beyond the basics, which is going to be the ability to walk away. So this is more if you've been seeing a girl a little bit, like you've been seeing her a couple times. If you show that you are not afraid to walk away, this is going to make you extremely attractive. Once again, it all ties into the same exact things: the self-assuredness, the confidence, your ability to know that you will be successful with girls in the future, even if you lose this girl, even if she's a baddie. Being very confident in yourself and your abilities to get new girls in the future, it just shows that you are that confident guy that is going to be successful. It's just about you knowing that you are on an upward trajectory, and whether this girl's going to stay with you or not, you're going to be fine either way. So showing that you have the ability to walk away is very powerful. And this is also kind of tied into like number 8. This is more of like a, club thing. This is something I do all the time. It's like, so making it a pressure-free environment. Of course, when I'm at the club, I want to sleep with these girls. But if they're like, oh, no worries, no, it's cool. No, I completely understand. You don't want to go home with someone, that's fine. No worries, have a great night. And then you almost like walk away. After you added them on step, I'm telling you, bro, when it's so pressure, oh, no worries, it's completely fine, I understand. I just thought you were very beautiful, I wanted to hang out with you. But if you don't want to hang out, that's fine, no worries. Let's just chat on Snap, we'll talk later. And bro, they'll usually text you later, be like, I actually do want to hang out, because you have so much confidence in yourself. You're like, in my mind, I'm like, find another girl. No worries, but you don't say that. But you know what I mean? It's just that, and so many times, they'll end up texting you later on, and like while they're still at the club, they do want to hang out now. But you put it out there, and then you make it a pressure-free environment for them where it's like, either way is fine. No one wants to be pressured into anything. No one wants to be forced. This is one of the things I do with sales. It's the anti-sell. It's like, no worries. I just wanted to put it out there because I think you're very beautiful and I love to hang out with you. I think we could have a great time. But if not, no worries at all. It's okay. Let's just hang out. We'll hang out another time, right? Boom, something like that. So pressure-free environment's huge. The last thing you want to do is ever pressure a girl into doing something. That's never going to set you up for any success. And number 9 is initiate everything, right? So when you're talking with a girl and you want to like grab a table or sit down at a booth or something, be like, let's go grab a booth, right? Let's sit down and chat. Let's go grab a drink. Let's, whatever. Let's get out of here. The girl's never going to ask you to come back to your hotel, right? So you got to initiate it. Whether it goes well or not, you have to always be initiating these things. When you get back to the hotel, you initiate the kiss. You initiate everything. You're the man of the situation, right? So you need to be taking initiative. And once again, the girls find this extremely attractive. So I just gave you 9 power plays that's going to supercharge your existence with getting girls. So you can go from that shy, insecure kid like I was to a confident, outgoing person who does extremely well. So I'm going to tell you one more thing to wrap this up, is what allowed me to get so successful was taking on sales careers. So if you want to get into sales, the best way to do that in 2024, especially if you want to live a financially free life, is going to be with high ticket sales. I have a free school course it's going to be linked down below, where you can come in, learn about sales, all the things I was telling you about, all the effective communication is going to be in that course for free. I'm also going to teach you how to sell programs for Instagram influencers, whether you're an appointment setter or a closer. And I'm also going to show you how to land a role, which no one else is talking about. I'm doing something completely different, and my clients in my paid program are having tons and tons of success with this. So go ahead and check that out. It's completely free, and I hope to see you in there. And if you got any value from this video, like and subscribe. Comment down below which one of these social skills you need to work on in order to have more successful girls, and I'll see you guys in the next one.